Hi you guys, it's your girl Janana Cole here and welcome back to my channel. I know I have been MIA. Okay, some of y'all have been eating me up in my DMs talking about some girl, where you been? Where's the story times? What's going on? So today I am just going to be doing a straight up story time, but I will make a separate video updating you guys, like kind of giving like a mini life update, trying to tell y'all where I've been. Cause girl, it's a lot, you know, a little something to update y'all on. One of those things, girl, listen. I got me a little something, so yeah, stay tuned because I'm gonna update y'all on that. Because if you've been here for a little minute, you know that I took a break from drinking, so, and it was like a whole thing, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it in a different video. So yeah, I missed you guys so freaking much. Y'all can see we're in a different location. Okay, we're actually in my room, we're sitting on my bed. I just wanted a different scenery, a little switch up, something different. I wanted to feel comfortable. I kind of wanted to feel like, you know, like we here with it, you know. So I'm trying not to move too much because I notice when I move too much is moving the tripod, get the tripod on the bed. So I don't know, but hopefully y'all like this. Y'all let me know if y'all like this setup or if y'all like when I'm sitting on my couch in my living room. Let me know. But yeah, y'all get y'all drinks, y'all treat, y'all snack, because today we're getting into a juicy story time. I know y'all can see this little ghetto makeshift thing up here. Your girl is dealing with fruit flies and it is so annoying. I got rid of them and then they came back out of nowhere. I've been trying to do all the little tricks and stuff and I feel like nothing is working. So I got this because I know they're lingering around. It's so freaking ghetto and I cannot wait till they're gone completely. But yeah, y'all, let's definitely enough blabbering. Let's go ahead and get straight into today. So let's do a little cheers. Let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna take a little sip. Y'all, this is just a little pink Moscato. I had like one of them little mini bottles and I was like, let's just go ahead and pop one open because I don't like to buy the big bottles of wine. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video. So this story actually takes place shortly after I had my son, which was last year. Okay, y'all, this happened last year. So shortly after I had my son, you know, if y'all, for those of y'all who don't know, I am a single mama. I experienced and went through my whole entire pregnancy alone, unfortunately. And I don't know if I'll ever talk about like how I became a single mom, like the story behind it, because honestly, y'all, I don't feel like hearing people's mouths about my situation. And I already know people are gonna have a lot to say and I just don't feel like hearing people's mouths. I'm definitely better now and I've, you know, held myself accountable for things and I've forgiven myself for a lot. It's still a journey, especially as my son gets older, but yeah, I just don't feel like hearing people's opinions. And people already judge me based off being a single mom. I already get people like, oh, you should have chose better. I already hear all of that, so I don't really feel like, I don't know, I say I'm probably never gonna share my story, but y'all know God be having other plans. But as of right now, I don't feel like sharing it. But unfortunately, I did go through my entire pregnancy alone and I, you know, gave birth to my son and everything. And I was still doing everything alone, unfortunately. So right after I had my son, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, your girl was kind of going through it. Like, it was a lot of adjusting, just being a new mom. And at this time, I was living with my mom. It was just a lot of adjusting. So like a few months go by. I don't really remember exactly how old my son was, but I just know that my mom, she had came up to me and she was like, you know what, every Friday you should take yourself out, you should treat yourself, like have you some you time, you know, I'll watch my grandbaby and you go do something for you. One thing about me, it's hard for me to accept help, I'm not gonna lie. So I was kind of like, no, like, you know, I just wanted to be, you know, with my son, but I did kind of feel like I needed some help. Like I was kind of going through it, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I was experiencing a little bit of postpartum for sure. So my mom was like, girl, no, like you're doing a lot by yourself. This is a lot to do on your own. So every Friday I want you to go. And it's just crazy because it's like, mom, who got money to be doing that? Like at that time I was not working. I was just doing social media and because like I couldn't work because I had my son and it was just a lot. But yeah, so I'm just like, mom, both of you to just like, girl, how I'm gonna go somewhere every Friday, like, girl. But crazy enough, honey, I made it work. Okay, my son was taken care of and I had a little extra money, and like I said, I live with my mom, so I didn't have to pay nothing, you know, as far as like bills for real. So I was able to take myself out. So honey, I did. So I went out a few times. It was cool, whatever. My biggest fear is I didn't want to bump into my son's dad because unfortunately I met my son's dad at one of the bars that I went to. Anyway, so yeah, I met him there, so I was like, oh, I hope I don't run into him. But then part of me was like, oh, I hope I do, so he could see my face and it could be a whole thing. And it, yeah, y'all, there's so much I would love to share and give, like, because y'all, Anyway, your girl, this, anyway, I wish I could really get into it, but I just don't feel like hearing people's mouths about my situation. So I just, hey, so yeah, I was just kind of nervous. I was like, I hope I don't run into my son's dad. I just want to have a good time, whatever. So this has been a thing. Every Friday I would pick a place to go. I would either go to a restaurant, sit at the bar, get a drink, eat some food. And then like it went from that to like, okay, now I want to like, I want to step out a little bit, So I would start to go like to the little bars, like the little lounges and stuff. And one of the lounges that I went to was where I met my son's dad. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me some dinner. I'm gonna get a drink. And my mom, she used to always be like, don't come back. Like, stay out there as long as you can. Enjoy yourself. Like, there'd be times where I'll just go to get the dinner and I'll get my lemon drop and I'll be like, all right, I'm ready to go home. Like, I'm ready to see my son. And I'll be like, okay, I'm done eating dinner. My mom be like, okay, so what you gonna do next? And I'm like, Mom. Honestly though, shout out to my mom, because I didn't realize how much I really needed that. Because y'all, being a new mom and a single mom, girl, it is not an easy thing. Let me tell you, like, kids are not meant to be raised by just one person. So yeah, but anyway, so I'm texting her. I'm like, yeah, I'm already done. I'm about to finish my last little lemon drop and then I'm about to pay my bill, whatever. So she's like, you should go to what we gonna call this place? We just gonna call it Lounge. She's like, you should go to Lounge. Now Lounge, I only went there once before this. Only went there once, and the day that I went there, me and my mom had went there, and that was the day that I met my son's dad. So I had only went there that one time. So I'm like, nah, like that last time we was there, I met, son's dad, my son's dad, and it was crazy in there. Like, it was turned in there, okay? She was like, nah, you should go in there, if you're not feeling the vibes, she's like, you don't gotta get nothing to drink, just go in there, feel the vibes, like just see what it's giving. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go in there. Now listen, I'm gonna kind of blame my mom for all of this, because I was gonna go home after my dinner, but she's the one who was like, oh, go out there, go to the lounge. But it is what it is. So I went to the lounge, y'all. I'm in there. As soon as I walk in, it's like, honestly, y'all, it felt like I was a fresh piece of fruit and all the gnats was flying to me, okay? All the gnats was flying to me, because as soon as I walked in, y'all, guys are just looking at me up and down. I'm kind of low-key having a panic attack to myself, because I'm like, ooh, I hope I don't see my son's dad in here. I don't feel like seeing his ass. And then part of me was like, ooh, last time I was in here, it was a lot of niggas. It was a lot going on, and I don't know if I'm really feeling that vibe. So I'm walking in, and then I'm by myself at that, y'all, because I don't really have any girlfriends. I'm just out there, fresh meat, walking into this lounge. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get me a White Claw, because like I said, I had a lemon drop at the restaurant, and that lemon drop was kind of strong, I ain't gonna lie. So I had a lemon drop there, and I'm like, I'm gonna get me a White Claw, and I'm gonna kind of just chill after that. And then I was gonna order me a water as well. So I went up to the bar, got me a White Claw, and I asked for a water as well. And so this white guy, he ended up coming up to me. He talking to me. He like, oh my gosh, you walked in and all eyes were on you. What we gonna call him? We just gonna call him Surfer. So we're gonna call him Surfer. So Surfer, he coming up to me, he talking to me, he like, all eyes was on you when you walked in the building, whatever, like, you're so beautiful. He like, let me get you the drink. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I was about to pay to, get my thing. And he like, nah, I'm gonna pay for her White Claw or whatever, and whatever else she's getting. He like, you getting a shot? What are you getting? I'm like, no, I'm not getting no shot. I'm just getting, a White Claw. He like, just a White Claw? That's not gonna do much. I'm like, looking at him like, okay, like, I just want the White Claw. Like, if you ain't trying to buy this thing, get the fuck on now. Ride away, okay? Wave away. But he like, all right, I'm gonna get the White Claw. He like, we'll start with that. I'm just sitting up here looking at him like, we'll start with that. Like, honey, this is all I'm getting, okay? Now, this place, this lounge, that's what done got me caught up, y'all. This lounge, they make super strong drinks. Like, me and my mom both agreed. She was like, do not get them Long Islands. Their Long Islands is nothing but liquor. Like, I seen them make the Long Island. They pour all this liquor. Imagine this is the cup. They pour all the liquor all the way up here, and they put a splash of Coca-Cola or whatever the hell they use. Like, literally, it's nothing but liquor. So she was like, just don't get the Long Island, because I don't want nothing to happen to you, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting no Long Island. If I get a drink there, I'm gonna just get a White Claw, because it's, White Claw is simple. So yeah, I'm saying all this to say I did not want nothing that was gonna make me feel like crazy. I had already had the lemon drop. I'm like, let me just stick to the White Claw. Boom. So the surfer, he paid for my drink, whatever, we're talking. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was kind of irritated because surfer really wasn't my type. Like, and he was just doing a lot. Like, I feel like, and I'm not even too big into signs, but if you're into signs, like the best way I can explain him is like a Leo. Like, y'all know how Leo men just be like so like boom, and like, I don't know, maybe, you know, I hate to bring signs into it because I'm not a huge like sign person, but that's just the best way I can explain it. Like, my son's dad is a Leo. It's just something about them that's just so like, it's just like they overtake everything and they talk about themselves a lot, and it's just a whole thing. Like, even as an Aries, Leo men get on my nerves, okay? Y'all get on my nerves. Apparently that's our most compatible, but y'all get on my nerves because y'all could be a lot, okay? I'm sure people probably feel the same way about Aries, but it's just like, it's too much. So that's basically the vibe he was giving, okay? Like, he was just like, oh yeah, I got this, and he was a big dude. Honestly, I shouldn't call him surfer. I should probably call him Incredible Hulk. Honestly, that's the best way to describe him. He was like Incredible Hulk, okay? Surfer, Incredible Hulk. If I change the names, it's the same person. So Surfer, Incredible Hulk, this is crazy. These names is crazy. But he was just doing a lot. Like, he was just doing a lot. And I was kind of irritated because I'm like, I just want to do my own thing. Like, I'm not really trying to just be stuck like glued to one person. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming in here to just like chill. Like, I just want to hear the music. I honestly just want to sit by myself. Like, I'm just trying to fill out the vibes. I'm really not trying to be stuck with nobody. I'm not trying to do too much. But Surfer was doing too much, okay? He was doing too damn much. He was stuck with me like glue. There was other guys. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the guys in there was bold. There was another guy trying to talk to me because I had went to the bathroom and I was walking back, and y'all, I took my drink with me, okay? I know that's probably like gross, like, girl, you got your drink in the bathroom. I don't give a damn, okay? I'd be damned if I leave my drink out in the open, okay? And he had the nerve to talk about some, oh, I could watch your drink for you, Nick. I can't even call you no Nick because you ain't no Nick, but boy, I don't know you like that. Like, no, I'm not. I don't know what you think this is, baby, but I'm not leaving my drink here with you. So I go to the bathroom, you know, I'm using the bathroom. I got my claw in there, but I took a napkin so I can kind of cover it because I hate bringing food or drinks into the bathroom. Anyway, I come out the bathroom. Some other guy was trying to talk to me, whatever. He really wasn't that cute either. And Surfer Boy see this other guy. He don't really need a name. He see this other guy trying to talk to me. So Surfer Boy come up. He like, oh, I'm glad you're at the bathroom. Is everything good? And he kind of try to like block off the other guy. Like, imagine this is me and this the other guy, and then this is Surfer Boy. Surfer Boy come over and he try to like stand in front of the other guy, and I'm just like, bro. And the other guy was looking like, what the fuck? But I guess he just kind of let it be. But he looked mad as hell. So I'm looking at Surfer Boy like, oh my gosh. So I instantly get on my phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm texting my mom. I'm like, yeah, this probably gonna be a wrap because there's this guy, he's stuck on me like glue, like already. Like, I just got in the function. And I hate that. Like, I hate when you go to a function or when you go to a bar or when you go somewhere and it's just like, as soon as you get there, it's just one person that don't know how to move around. Like, bro, move around. Like, unless we just kind of giving that vibe where it's just like, okay, it's mutual, like we only want to talk to each other in here, then cool. But if I'm not really giving a whole lot, like, unless I'm really giving you a lot of energy, like, I can't really explain it. It's like an energy thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's an energy thing. So I wasn't feeling Surfer Boy like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was nice. I thought he was cool, but it's like, okay, you said what you said, but like, let's move around. Like, even if he talked to other people, I would not give a damn. Honestly, I was hoping that somebody badder than me, okay? I hope another bad B was gonna come up in there so he can get the fuck off of me, okay? I'm like, damn, where's the bad bitches? Because I can't be the only baddest thing walking in here. Somebody come get him. So, but unfortunately, you know, he was just on my body, and I hate that. Like, let's exchange numbers, whatever you want to do, and move around. Unless we have a mutual understanding, like we feeling the vibe, we like, oh yeah, you gonna be, we locked in for the night. Unless it's that type of vibe, then move around. If it's not that type of vibe, if you can clearly see I'm not really giving off that energy, and I just freaking got in here, like, you already choose it, and I just got in here. I don't know, y'all. Long story short, I was irritated because he was not leaving me the hell alone. Everywhere I went, like, y'all, I grabbed my drink and I'm like, all right, well, let me not just sit down, because if I sit down, he gonna sit down with me. So I'm trying to walk around. The man is following me. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like trying to low-key chug my White Claw, because I'm like, right after I finish this White Claw, I'm getting the fuck up out of here because this is annoying. Like, he killing my vibe. And the crazy thing is, there was some fine-ish walking in there, okay? There was some fine-ish walking in. The music was starting to get good because at first they had people doing karaoke, and I hate that because it's just like, bro, all that screaming and shit, like, you know, like, you just gotta be in the mood for karaoke, especially like hearing other people sing. Like, I wasn't in the mood for that. I was more so like chill, relax, let me hear the music, let me vibe out, let me get a little buzz. You know, I don't got my son, you know, I'm just, you know, let me feel like I'm back where I used to be, even though I'm never gonna be where I used to be because I'm a mama now. But let me feel like I'm in that vibe. The DJ, she actually remembered me because I remember the first time when I went there with my mom, she was shouting us out, and it was a whole thing, y'all. I don't know if I'm ever gonna talk about that night, the night that I ran into my son's dad at that place, because that was a crazy ass night. But anyway, so yeah, so she had seen me. She was like, come here, come here. So I went up to her. She was like, oh my gosh, like, you look so cute, beautiful. She's like, where's your mom? So I'm telling her, I'm catching her up to date. I'm like, yeah, you know, I had a baby, blah, blah. She was like, I was wondering where you been at. And I'm like, yeah, I had a baby. I said, you remember that night I came in here? She was like, yeah. I was like, you remember that guy that was on the stage with you standing next to you? She was like, yeah, I know. She's like, yeah, I know him. I was like, yeah, that's what I had a baby with. She was like, oh my God, da, da, da. So, you know, we just started talking. She's like, I didn't know you had a baby, da, da. I'm like, yeah, it's a complicated thing. But yeah, I'm basically telling her why I was MIA. She's like, yeah, I seen your mom in here a few times, but I didn't see you. And I meant to ask her like where you was and stuff and whatever. She's like, but your mom was having a good time. I'm like, yeah, I bet she was having a good time. But yeah, so I was cracking up. So I'm like, yeah, and I don't know, my mom, she probably just didn't want to tell her. I don't know why. She probably was just like, nah, that's Janelle's business, so I don't want to be going around and be like, yeah, you know, Janelle's pregnant. Mind you, the white guy, surfer boy, he's still lingering behind me. He's not like right beside me, but he's like lingering behind me a little bit. And I'm just like, bro, like, you still ain't find nobody better than me up in here for you to go harass? Like, why are you still here? So anyways, y'all, the night's going, the music is playing. Next thing you know, so we're gonna call this guy Grills. Now Grills, I could tell he was like, I don't know if he was Mexican, Puerto Rican, I forgot. I know he kept telling me the whole night that he was something, but y'all, I forgot. I don't know if he said Puerto Rican something. I just know he was like Hispanic or something, right? So Grills come in, he got all these tattoos, he got the jewelry on, he got the grills, whatever, he's decked out, okay? So he comes in, as soon as he come in, he's scanning the place and he automatically looks at me. I'm just like, bruh, I see him. Now, y'all, I know I keep bringing up my son's dad, but I learned so much after dealing with my son's dad, okay? Before I met my son's dad, I was very green. I'm not gonna lie. Your girl was green, okay? I grew up in the suburbs, 2-parent household, never was in the hood, didn't even know how the game worked for real. My dad, the only thing he really taught me about guys is don't bring no chicken head, don't bring no nigga around here that's sagging his pants, but he ain't never really go into details about what to really look for. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the birds and the bees talk, and he just said don't bring no chicken head around here with the pants sagging. But he ain't never really give me the game for real. You get what I'm saying? So before I dealt with my son's dad, I was green. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, I was green as hell. Like, I was kind of gullible, a little bit naive. Like, I just didn't really know a lot, okay? I really just didn't know a lot when it came to like finessing the game, all of that, okay? It wasn't until after I dealt with my son's dad where my mind was like, psh, like looking back, I'm like, girl, you was green as hell. This is how you got in this situation. This is exactly how you got in this situation. Oh my God, I wish I could tell y'all, but I just don't feel like it. But I'm like, that's exactly how you got in this situation because, girl, you was green as hell. But anyway, I'm not as green as I used to be. I might be, you know, some things I still might not know, but I'm definitely not as green as I used to be, okay? So I'm saying this to say that when Grills walked in, I automatically knew he was a red flag. I was like, oh yeah, he one of them ones. He one of those types. He's scanning the crowd. He got all this jewelry and stuff. Like, I knew exactly who he was, the type he was, if you get what I'm saying. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. But I knew his type. I knew who he was. So I was like, oh my God, like my heart started beating fast. I'm like, well, I need to get up out of here because now these types of dudes are starting to come in here. Oh no, it's time for me to go, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Grills was cute. He was fine as hell. but I knew what type of dude he was, because now I'm not as green, okay? Now I'm not as green. So I was like, oh hell no, my heart get to beating fast. And not all of those types of dudes are the same, okay? Some of them dudes be forcing you to do things, if y'all get what I'm saying. They be forcing you into a certain type of lifestyle. So not all them types of dudes are the same, where they gonna let you, you know, choose what type, if you want to be a part of their game, okay? They're not gonna let you choose. Sometimes they're gonna look at you and be like, you ain't got no choice. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So I already knew his type of vibe. I'm like, oh my god. So y'all, I go to sit down. At this time, I know y'all probably like, where's Surfer Boy? I don't know where the hell Surfer Boy is. Like, he was gone, and I was glad. I think he was outside smoking or something. I don't know, but I didn't see Surfer Boy. So I sit down at the table, right? Grills, he automatically spots me. He automatically starts coming over to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's time to get the fuck up out of here, because I already know what type of time he about to be on. Like I told y'all, I'm starting to peep game. I'm starting to realize what this is, right? So I'm sitting down. Grills comes and he sits down at the table in front of me. Like, he sits down next to me. It's a big circle table, and there's like probably like 4 chairs at the table. So I'm sitting here, he sits here. It's kind of near the dance floor, the music is jumping, whatever. So he come up to me like, hey, how you doing, little mama, blah, blah, blah. Little mama. Anyway, he like, how you doing, little mama, whatever. He got a little accent to him. Like I said, he's like Hispanic. He like, how you doing tonight? You look beautiful. Like, you bad as hell. We don't really see a lot of girls that's bad as you in here, blah, blah. Saying all that stuff, right? So he like, what's your name? So y'all, I give him a fake name, because listen, you ain't finna get my real name. And so my fake name is Jade. I don't know why, I just like the name Jade. So I'm like, oh, my name is Jade. He like, oh, I like that. That's sexy as hell. It's nice to meet you, Jade. I'm Grills. So I'm like, oh, nice to meet you, Grills. Like I said, Grills was fine, but listen, I already knew what Grills is. I already knew what he was on. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was kind of scared. Because like I said, when it comes to those types of guys, it's either they're going to be nice, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like the finesse type, where they use all these sweet little words or whatever. Or they're going to be the other type, where they force you and they don't give a damn and they do other stuff. You get what I'm saying? They boop, boop, boop. Like, they're either going to be that type. So I don't know what type he is, but the more he was talking, I'm like, oh, he's giving like the finesse type. Like, he just going to finesse you with the words, you know, try to butter you up, and then get you. Then once he gets you going, then now he got you out there, you know, he got you out there doing what he got you out there doing things, okay? Doing some strange things for some change, okay? Hopefully y'all picking up what I'm putting down. So the more he's talking, I'm like, oh, he the finesse type. Okay, well, thank God. But I don't fully know. Maybe this is part of his system. Maybe he could start off as a finesse, and then he actually turned into the other type, the bop, 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 okay? I don't know. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, he's giving me finesse type of vibes. So I'm just kind of like letting him talk or whatever. And I feel like all those types of dudes, they always got to rhyme. They always got to talk about money. They just always got to do all of that. So I'm just sitting here like, bro, how am I going to get out of this? And I know y'all probably like, Janelle, just get up and leave. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was low-key scared. I'm like, can I just, like, should I just get up and leave? What should I do? So we're talking, y'all. He asked me for my number. I know, y'all, I gave this man my number. I know y'all like, you gave him your number. Yes, y'all, I gave him my number because I was just, listen, I was kind of scared. I'm just like, I'm gonna just do whatever I gotta do right now, but I'm gonna find a way to finesse up out of here, okay? So more guys are coming in. I'm like, damn, like, are any other females gonna come in here? So me and Grills, we talking, we chopping it up or whatever. Let's get a sip of wine because, honey, listen. So he's talking to me, whatever, and you know, he's asking me, you know, am I from here? So he's talking, he like, yeah, I'm from here. But the thing about him is he tried to make it seem like he wasn't doing what he was doing. You know, basically the same way my son's dad tried to make it seem, okay? But he tried to make it seem like he tried to make it seem like he used to be in the streets, or he used to do stuff, but now he's kind of chilling. So he like, yeah, you know, I've been trying to get my life together, blah, 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 blah. Like, I need a woman by my side. I need a woman by my side to keep my head on straight. Like, just saying whatever. Oh my gosh, I just get the ick every time I think about it. I just need a woman by my side, you know, somebody to help build with. They love that one, build with. da da da. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you know. So I'm just listening, but in the back of my head, I'm like, sir, you're probably never gonna see me again, because not probably, you're never gonna see me again. I mean, you might see me, but we ain't gonna be. This ain't gonna be a thing, okay? So we're talking, we're chopping it up. Out of nowhere, I was gonna call him Starboy. What did I call him? Girl, that pink Moscato kind of get me. Not Starboy. What's that? What did I call that boy? Surfer Boy. Out of nowhere, Surfer Boy come up. He like, oh, okay, I see you talking to somebody. So I'm looking, and Grills, he looking like, what's going on with you? What's going, like, he just started getting serious. He like, what's going on? Like, what? Like, what's that? This your girl? And why do I want to call him Starboy? What the hell? And Surfer Boy was like, no, she's not my girl. But I mean, we were talking, we were chopping, weren't we chopping it up? Like, he just said something, not chopping it up, but he said something corny. And I'm like, yeah, you know, we was kind of, you know, chatting for a little bit, whatever. And at this point, I'm like, should I act like Surfer Boy is my man? Because maybe I'd rather deal with Surfer Boy than deal with a you know, with somebody like Grills type of caliber, okay? Because I might have a better chance of escaping if I'm dealing with Surfer Boy, you know. So I'm like, oh, Janelle, should you act like you was with him or what? So I see that Grills is getting more mad. He like sitting there, he like sitting up, adjusting himself or whatever. He like, well, you weren't around, you know, you just left her sitting around. So I mean, that's too bad on you, but you know, me and her kind of chopping it up right now. So I'm sitting here like, I'm looking at Surfer Boy like, nigga, you best to get to walking, because I don't think this the type of shit you want. So Surfer Boy looking at me, he like, you want to talk to this guy? Like, you sure you want to talk to this guy? He seems a little rude or whatever. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me they about to fight. And Grills, he like, I'm telling you, man, just back up. I'm not coming in here for that. I'm not trying to do none of that. I just want to talk to her. You snooze, he didn't say you snooze, you lose, but he said some type of shit like that, basically. I can't remember everything, y'all, because at this point I was kind of lit too. So, what's his name? Surfer Boy, he was like, okay, well, if you need, he turned to me, he like, if you need me, I'll be over here if you need anything. And then Grills like, nah, she's good. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, cool. So Surfer Boy leaves. Grills is looking at me. He like, wow, you got me talking to you. You already got somebody? I'm like, no, I just met him in here. You know, I'm trying to talk calm because I am already peeping the scene. I'm peeping what type of guy Grills is. I'm like, oh, he's probably a P. Pretty sure he's a P. And I'm already peeping the scene. So I'm just like, let me just try to find a way to finesse my ass up out of here. So I'm thinking in my head, ways to get out of here, ways to leave. I know y'all probably like, girl, just get up and leave. But I'm just trying to peep the scene. Y'all gotta remember, I'm kind of still lit. So I'm like, I don't really want to drive right now. So a lot is just going through my head. So I'm like sipping my water. I'm trying to chug my water. Grills, you know, he asking me about Surfer Boy. And I'm like, yeah, no, when I came in here, you know, I was going to go buy a drink. He bought me a drink. You know, he kind of just kept following me around, trying to talk a little bit. You know, I wasn't that interested in him. We ended up going our separate ways or whatever. So he like, oh, okay, because I knew you couldn't have been into no corny shit like that. You ain't gonna make no money with that type of nigga. So I'm like, as soon as he started talking like that, I'm like, yeah, this is, Janelle, why? Why are you even here? I'm just sitting here like, god damn it, I just wanted to have a good time. Like, I should have just took my ass home. After I had my dinner and my lemon drop, I should have just took my ass home. And I should have just realized, like, the last time you was here, girl, you met your son's dad in here. You should have known that. You should have known that it was gonna be some type of vibes in here, okay? But I'm thinking maybe they turned over a new leaf. Maybe it's different. You know, that was months ago, okay? No, okay, I slowly but surely, because I ended up going to this lounge a few times after this. I know you're probably like, girl, really? But I ended up going to this lounge a few times after this, and it's nothing but peas in there. Like, I'm realizing it's nothing but those types of guys in there, like, literally. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't really know what those types of guys look like. Like, they could have told me they worked at an ice cream shop. Girl, I would have believed it, you know? Anyway. You live and you learn. Y'all, please don't judge me too much, okay? Listen, I was green as hell. Anyway, so Grills is talking to me, whatever. He like, so what do you do for work? Again, I'm already knowing. I'm like, oh, you know, I work for myself right now, whatever. He like, oh, for real? So he must have thought that I was talking about some other shit. He like, oh, for real? I didn't know you was into that. I'm like, what do you mean? He like, you said you work for yourself, right? Like, you know, like, I'm like, oh, no, like, it's just like, I work with different brands and stuff. Like, I basically acted like I was like, part of a brand team, like a brand manager type of thing. He was like, oh, okay, because I was gonna say, you seem like you ain't really seem like that type for real. Okay, so I was actually right about you. So I'm like, yeah, are you trying to say I'm green? So yeah, yo, he asking me all them questions, whatever. He like, so where your friends at? Like, you just ain't here by yourself, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just chilling. So then I proceed to tell him, because I'm thinking if I tell him this, he just not gonna, maybe he'll leave me alone. I don't know. So I'm like, yeah, I got a son, you know, I'm just having a little mama day, a mama's night out or whatever. So he like, oh, you got a son? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, that's what's up. Like, so you a mom, blah, blah. I'm thinking that I'm gonna say that and he just gonna like, I just feel like he was just gonna realize like, oh, she's definitely not the type of girl I'm looking for, but they don't give a damn, okay? Actually, I'm probably exactly what he's looking for, okay? He's probably looking for exactly my type so he can break me down and turn me into whatever the hell he want to turn me into. But y'all, I'm just trying to say anything. I'm like, hopefully I can say this and maybe he'll get the hell up out my face and realize you're not gonna get shit here. So yeah, I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, you know, my parents is watching my son, whatever. He like, so what about your son's dad? Like, y'all, he really in my business. And I know y'all probably like, girl, you really answering these questions? I didn't really answer the question. I was just like, oh yeah, my son's dad, you know, we not together, but whatever. So he like, oh, okay, well, as long as y'all ain't together, you know, that don't mean nothing to me. Like, you definitely seem like the type of girl that I need on my side, by my side, blah, blah. I'm just like, sir, no, because I already know your type. So, boom, that happens, right? So, we talking, like I said, Grills was cute, but Grills was gonna be a hell no because I knew what type of dude he was. So boom, we're chopping it up, whatever. We're still sitting down. He asked me if I want another drink. I'm telling him like, nah, I'm cool, because I definitely don't want nothing else to drink now, because I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna get the fuck up out of this, okay? So I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna head out. So he like, nah, you can't leave, like the night just started. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get back to my son, whatever. He like, nah, they with the parents though, like they'll understand, like, remember, this your mama's night out. I'm like, not him using that shit against me. I'm like, damn it, Janelle. Like, listen, you saying too much, girl. You should have said your name was Tiffany and you from out of town or something. I don't know. I feel like there's nothing you could really say to those types of guys, because like I said, they don't care. Like, they just look at you like, she gonna make me some money. Like, like that's it. Like, you just a piece of meat. So I don't know, y'all. But girl, he ended up using that against me. He like, nah, this your mama's night out. I'm like, damn it. Time to find something else, because this ain't gonna work. So we talking whatever. Boom. In comes, what we gonna call him? We're just gonna call him P. We're just gonna call him P. So P walks in and there's another, and P walks in and a girl walks in. What we gonna call her? We're gonna call her Tattoos, because she had hella tattoos. So P walks in and Tattoos walks in, okay? So as soon as P walk in, what's his name? Grills is looking, he like, oh shit, like, here come this nigga. So I'm looking like, what's that supposed to mean? He like, nah, I know this dude. He like, I know him, but he probably gonna want to sit over here. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to peep like what's going on. But mind y'all, all this is happening super fast. Like, P is coming in, Tattoos is coming in, whatever. He like, yeah, and that's his hoe ass girl. So I'm like, damn, like, is this your friend? Like, why you talking about your friend's girl like this? But when I looked at her, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's no shade to her. She was a very beautiful girl, but you could tell that she just been through a lot of shit. So when she walked in, she just kind of like had a dingy look to her. I'm not gonna lie, like, no shade to her. Like I said, she had a really pretty face, but she just looked like she been through a lot of shit, okay? And she just looked a little dingy, a little rundown. She had like these short ass shorts on, this little tube top and this puffer jacket and these high ass heels. Like, she just looked like she was about to go, you know, work the strip, you know, no shade. But that's when this really started clicking to me. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. And I'm like, Janelle, you might have ran into somebody that's probably gonna force you into some shit. Okay, like I was really scared. I was like, damn, this was not the type of night for me to be trying to step out, because yeah. And let me tell you, Grills, he had a very chill vibe to him, but P, he was given the other type. Okay, he was given a bop bop bop, you gonna do what the fuck I say type of vibe. Like he did not. Yeah, okay, he was also like a Hispanic descent. He had like all black on. He just seemed very serious. He wasn't like big or bulky or nothing like that. Like he was a slimmer build, but he just, as soon as you see him, you just know he ain't for no bullshit. Like his face, he didn't smile, nothing. Like, so I automatically knew, oh, he's the other type. He's the other type. Grills is more so like that finesse, I'm gonna try to say whatever, kind of da-da-da-da. But P, he was given one of those. So I was scared as hell, and I just started realizing, I'm like, bro, this is giving weird vibes. Like, this is giving weird vibes. Like, oh my God, Janelle, you need to go the fuck home. Like, I should have just got up and be like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get my son. But I was just scared that if I got up, they was gonna grab me or something. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I was just trying to find the easiest way to slip up out of there, okay? So, boom, y'all. P, he sees Grills, so he comes over to Grills. He like, yeah, what's up with it, nigga, da da da. They dap each other up. I see the girl. I'm like, do I talk to her? Because clearly at this point, I'm already knowing what it is. I'm like, oh, that's her P. She's you know, okay. So I'm like, listen, y'all, I still don't know nothing about this lifestyle. Like, even though I know a little bit more now, okay, I still don't know how this shit works. So I'm like, do I talk to her? This ain't funny, but y'all, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, do I talk to her? Do I not? So she like stood behind him. She did not move. She did not say nothing. Like, she didn't speak. She didn't say nothing. She was just like standing there, like just looking there. So I'm just like, damn. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say nothing unless she say something. So yeah, so they dapping each other up, they talking. P is looking at me, he like, oh, this you, whatever. He like, yeah, you know, I just met her in here, whatever, we chopping it up. So I'm like, oh, hi. I'm like, do I say hi? Like, girl, do I say hi? Like, dawg, listen, I'm a suburban girl. I don't know, okay? I know a little bit, but I don't know how the rules go. This ain't my girl. This ain't for me, okay? That type of lifestyle is not for me, okay? But I'm just like, I was like, oh, hi. He didn't say nothing. He just looked at me. He was like, and just sat down. So I was like, oh, okay. So he sat down, you know, they talking. The vibe instantly changed. Like, even Grills, like, his vibe changed. I'm like, damn, like, what the hell? So, like, the vibe changed, whatever. So he talking to Grills. He like, yeah, so what's up? Like, what you doing here? Like, what's up with this? And he like pointing at me. He like, what's up with this? And Grills is like, oh, no, we chilling. Like, it's nothing like that. Like, we just chilling. He like, oh, like, what you mean you just chilling? Like, he looking like, nigga, the fuck is you talking about chilling? Like, is she making money for you or what? Like, that's basically his vibe. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, can I get up and run? Like, I'm just scared. So P, he looking, he like, what your name is? He like, what your name is? I'm like, oh, my name is Jade. Girl, I almost said my name. I almost slipped up and said my name. I'm like, oh, my name is Jade. He like, oh, okay. So it's just like awkward. The girl sitting next to me, she's not saying nothing. So I'm like, oh my God. So Grills is like, yeah, so what's up with you? Like, they trying to talk, and it's awkward, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Okay. So then P, he like, hey, come talk to me outside. And he like, Grills is like, oh, like where? Like out there? He like, nah, by the smoke pit. Like, come talk to me outside. So he like, all right, for sure, nigga, whatever. So P turns to the girl, to Tattoos, and he like, don't get up for shit, don't go nowhere, stay your ass right here, don't say nothing, da da da. Like, he just starts going, and I'm like sitting there clutching my invisible damn pearls, y'all. My heart is beating. At this point, my life is low-key flashing before my eyes. I'm like, bro, I'm about to be forced into some shit. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, damn, if I was gonna be in this type of lifestyle, I'd rather had been in it with somebody that I knew. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, I would have rather done it that way. If I'm gonna be forced into it, at least it could be with somebody that I kind of know. I don't want to be doing it for no random dude. Like, if I'm gonna be forced into it, at least let it be that way. I don't want to be in it at all. But I'm just sitting here like, damn. So I'm like, should I call my son's dad? Like, Listen, and I ain't that man, he changed his number like damn underwear. So you don't know what the hell. 1 minute his number worked, next minute I'm blocked, next minute I'm unblocked, then the next minute I got a new number, the next minute he texts me his new number. Like, girl, you never know what you're gonna get with him. But I'm low-key looking through my phone like, well, let me see if I got one of his updated numbers. Because listen, hey, if I'm going to be forced into this shit, at least, okay. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? All right. Okay. So he's telling her all that. She's just nodding her head. She like, I got it. I know. He like, don't say nothing. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. I'm just sitting here feeling bad. He like, don't get up for shit. When I come back, you better be still sitting in this same fucking spot. He's going. Grills isn't saying shit. Grills is looking at me like, yeah. Listen, Grills is just looking at me like, yeah. Because I probably look like a deer in headlights, y'all. Like, I probably look spooked. I probably look scared as hell. Like, I probably look like I was shitting my pants because I really low-key was about to. Because I'm just like, oh my God. So they end up going out there. As soon as she see that door close, she starts going in, y'all. She like, yeah, fuck that nigga. He think, and mind you, tattoos is white. Okay, so she's saying the N-word. I'm looking at her like, but I ain't trying to check her because I'm like, listen, she live a different lifestyle than me. And I don't know, she might try to fight and I ain't trying to do all that. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. She's saying all types of nigga this, nigga that. And I'm just sitting here like, I'm gonna choose my battle wisely. Okay, because I never been in a fight, and I'll be damned if my first fight is with a hoe. Okay, I don't know. Listen, I don't know if she ain't got shit to lose, or maybe she got a lot to lose. I don't know, and I'm not finna find out. Okay, so I listen. I didn't say nothing. I just kind of let her go. I'm just sitting here like, didn't he just tell you to not say nothing? Like, why you talking? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she get to going. She like, I hate that nigga. He think he run shit. Really, I run shit. Blah blah blah. She like, I make hella money. Blah blah blah. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, I'm really not trying to say too much because I'm like, well, I'm not gonna agree with you because I don't know you. And you know, listen, if I get to agreeing with you, you might turn on me for agreeing, you know, even though that's your dude. I don't got time for that. So she going, she like, yeah, I make all that money. She like, so what do you do for work? She like, you're bad as hell. Like, you're the baddest girl in here. We don't really see a lot of pretty women, blah, blah, blah. So she gets to going. I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, I work for myself, whatever. So she like, oh, again, she thinking I'm talking about doing what she do. I'm like, nah, it's like social media. So she like, oh my God, you got social media? So she like, well, let me see your Instagram. Y'all, I mistakenly we exchanged Instagrams, girl. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. We don't follow each other anymore now. I think she unfollowed me a while ago, which I was glad. I'm like, thank the Lord. Listen, because I was gonna eventually remove her, but she ended up bowing out, probably because she realized I wasn't trying to do nothing that she was doing. So she's like, oh my God, you got hella followers, da 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 da, like blah 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 blah. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna follow you, I'm gonna like your pictures, da da da. So she followed me. She's like, follow me back. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm following her back. I'm thinking in my head like, I don't want to do any of this shit. I just want to go home. Okay. So she talking. She like, yeah. So you know, she like, you can make hella money. Like, listen, like a lot of people think that it's like she trying to tell me, like basically trying to convince me to do what she's doing. And she's like, you would make so much money. And I'm just sitting here like, are we just gonna bypass everything that he just did to you right here? Like, are we just gonna bypass that? Like, I don't know why. I don't know, y'all. But she like, yeah, whenever I do stuff, so she started pulling out her Cash App. She's like, whenever I do stuff, like the money goes straight to me and then I split it with him. So I'm like, I'm listening to her, but I'm not really listening to her because I'm like, girl, I don't think you running shit the way you think that you running shit, because you wasn't saying all this when he was standing here. The moment you see him leave, then you get the popping off at the mouth, but I'm gonna let you have it. Listen, I don't know how this lifestyle works. Okay, so I'm telling her, I'm like, yeah, you know, I know I could make a lot of money doing that, but it's just not for me. Like, I'm not that type of girl. She's like, yeah, I used to be the same way, but you know, life happens. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Like, people think that it's so this, but I'd rather get paid to do it than give it out for free. Like, you know, the typical stuff they be saying. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, I'm just sitting up here like, yes, like, honestly, I'm just like, you go, girl. So when she showed me her money, I'm like, what? Like, basically, I'm really bullshitting, okay? I'm acting like I'm impressed, but in my head, I'm like, I'm not. Listen, I don't want to say, a lot of people say never, but if I ever get to the point where I'm doing that, listen, that was like the last damn resort. Okay, I will take my ass to get a regular ass job before I sit up here and do that, because that's just not the type of life I want to live. And if you live that type of life, no shade, because listen, I hear so many stories. Girls get into that type of game for many different reasons. A lot of them are forced into that lifestyle. Some people were finessed into it. Like, it's so much. So I'm not even casting judgment like, oh, I'm never gonna. That's not even how it's coming off. I just know I'm not built to do it. Like, girl, I can't. I know that I could. I'm sure I could make some money. I'm probably not gonna see that money. It's probably gonna go to some dude. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just know no. I'd rather go work at the dollar store than do that, because it's just not for me. Okay, listen, I'd rather be a square than do all of that. Okay, I'd rather my money come in a little slow than have to get money that way. So she's showing me the money. I'm like, oh my god, wow, that's a lot of money. You know, I'm bigging her up. She's like, yeah, and all the money comes to my Cash App. Like, I send him half the money, I send him whatever I want to send him. She popping off, right? So then she like, she get to telling me that she got kids, and apparently they got kids together, whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So he like the boyfriend P type, okay? He like that type. So she like, yeah, you know, we got a family together, whatever. Like, he act like he run all this stuff. So she basically ranting, raving, showing me all her money, talking crazy. The moment she see him come in, girl, she was quiet as a mouse, okay? So I seen the door open and she was still kind of going. I'm like, I kind of like nudged her a little bit. And she looked at me. She was like, she was about to punch the shit out of me. I could tell she been through a lot, because I like nudged her and she was looking like, bitch, what the fuck? So I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Hey, I'm just trying to tell you that yo dude coming back and he told you to not be doing this, and you doing a whole lot of this. So I'm just trying to, because listen, I don't want to witness you on the ground. I don't want to see none of that, okay? So I kind of nudged her and she looked at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, you know, I was trying to tell her like the door. So she looked over at me, then she was like, oh, when I tell y'all, quiet as a mouse, okay? You could have heard a pin drop in there as quiet as she was. So she get the quiet, she's sitting up straight. She just sitting there. So I'm like, I'm clutching my invisible damn pearls, y'all, because I'm like, damn, you just did all this talking about how you run shit and you make all this money, and then as soon as you see him, and girl, when I tell you, because he seen her moving around a little bit, so when he seen her, girl, it looked like he was gonna run up and like drop kick her ass. Like, honestly, like, I was scared. So girl, I get to sitting up straight. I'm sitting up here like I'm over here shaking in my boots, like, damn. So she just, y'all, when I tell you, she dropped everything. She just stopped talking. She was just sitting there. She was just like this, looking straight, like just looking straight ahead. She was sitting up straight. She was just still as hell. She didn't move. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say, oh girl, I gotta be quiet. Like, she didn't say nothing. She just looked and said, looked at me like that, then looked over there. She said, that bitch was doing a mannequin challenge, y'all. I've never seen no shit like that in my life. So I'm like, damn, I'm low-key feeling bad for her. I'm like, is she trafficked? Like, is she forced into this life? Well, I'm like, no, I don't know. Hey. So whatever. So he come back in. He like, yeah, I knew you wasn't in here talking. Looked like you was talking for a second. Thought I was gonna have to check you. So he just starts going, and she's not saying nothing. She's just like, he like, yeah, you better be sitting there. So I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh. So Grills sit down, and Grills' vibe instantly changed. Like, he went from like, you know, kind of like finessing, you know, sweet talky type of vibe, to just like real stern. So he like, so what you getting into after this? Like, his whole vibe just changed, y'all. And P, he started talking to me as well. He like, so what you do, whatever. And then that's when Tattoo, she hopped in. She like, oh babe, she's an influencer, blah blah. She starts showing me his Instagram. I'm like, girl, do not show this man none of my shit. Like, I just told this man that my name was Jade. And mind you, she didn't even peep that when she looked at my name, because my Instagram is Janelle Nicole 011, or this Janelle Nicole. So she didn't even peep that I had a whole nother name. But you know, my Instagram is my actual name, and I told this man my name was Jade, and she over here, look babe, she's an influencer, I'm like, first of all, I'm not an influencer, okay? A few little bit of followers, that don't mean I'm an influencer. I'm like, no, I'm not an influencer. I was like, oh no, I'm not an influencer. She's like, girl, yes, you got all these followers, look at all these likes. She's like, look babe, she flipping through my whole pictures like a catalog. He was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, when I tell y'all, I was clutching my invisible damn pearls. He was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, she was trying to show him, and he was like, man, I don't give a fuck, da da da. So she instantly, she got quiet again. She got quiet, she put her phone down, and she just sat there. And I was like, He was like, so that's what you do? And I was like, yeah. He was like, so it's social media? It's just social media? I was like, yeah, it's just social media. He was like, oh, okay. And he just like looked to the side and he was like, Grills, what you gonna do? So I was like, girl, I'm sitting here like, what? So Grills was like, man, relax, like, you know, I'm just chopping it up with her, like it's not nothing like that, like it's real chill. So Grills, I guess, I don't know, I feel like Grills was trying to like I feel like this is what I feel like. I feel like Grills came in there trying to look for a girl to work for him, right? And I felt like he seen me and he was like, oh yeah, she a walking lick, this gonna be an easy one, gotcha. But I feel like he started to feel a little bad, or I don't know, maybe he wanted to do it his own way, like maybe he don't like forcing people. I don't know, y'all, I'm just making up anything. But I feel like when P came in, P was more so on some, we ain't doing none of this talking shit. Like, okay, you found a girl, she finna work for you, like what's happening? Like he was more so like, listen, girls don't got a choice with me. You giving too many choices. You doing too, like, it was just giving that. And I feel like Grills, it's either he realized, yeah, I don't want to choose her anymore because she ain't gonna work for us. I don't know. I feel like Grills was trying to get me out of that situation low key. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he just was trying to do it his own little way. But I don't know. Either way, Grills was trying to like mellow P out, but P wasn't trying to hear none of that, y'all. Like P wasn't going for none of that. And so Grills is like, yeah, you know, I'm not on that, like, he like, he like, man, remember what we talked about out there? So I was like, oh God, okay. So I'm starting to see, yeah, Janelle, you need to get the fuck out, you need to get the fuck up out of here ASAP, okay? Get out of here ASAP, because P keeps talking to Grills saying, remember what we talked about? Are you gonna do what we talked about? And Grills kept trying to talk to me regular, like he was just like, yeah, you know, he was like looking at me, he was just like, you good? Are you okay? Like, my bad. Like, he was like whispering stuff to me, and P was getting irritated. He like, man, you doing all this talking and shit, like, remember what we talked about? Like, what's going on? Like, he was just really saying a lot, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was so like, y'all, I low-key felt like crying. Low-key felt like crying. I was like, oh my God, they're trying to force me into this lifestyle. Like, no, I've escaped this once. I don't want to go through this again. Y'all, Chris is like, yeah, I heard what you said, but you know how I get down, blah, blah, blah. So they basically just talking in code, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, it's time for me to go, okay? It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. Y'all, I didn't realize how long I was in there. Like, I was looking at my phone. My mom was like, you good? She was texting me. She's like, you good? And I had looked at the time. I'm like, girl, I've been in here for how long? Like, y'all, I was in there until they basically closed, because the DJ, she was like, yeah, the bar said it's last call, whatever drinks y'all want to get, last call, da da da. So and then the DJ, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna play a few more songs and then y'all gonna have to get up out of here. It was like, yeah, dang, they about to close, so like, you know, what's up with you, like, where you going after this, da da da. P is irritated, y'all. P is irritated. So he started talking to Tattoos. He like, yeah, we finna leave in a few. And so then Tattoos, I guess she took that as her sign to keep on talking about me. I'm like, girl, stop bringing me up. Like, did he just say he don't give a fuck? Like, girl. So she's like, no, look, like, you didn't really see her likes and stuff like that. He like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Is it making us any money? I don't give a fuck about none of that. So he just started going. He is irritated. He looking at Grizz like, man, you playing, you ain't trying to make no money for real, da da. So he like, Tattoos, he like, let's go, like, we out. So they got up, whatever. They was about to leave. Grills was trying to stop him from leaving. He like, no, like, I heard what you said, but you know how I get down, whatever. So I took this as my opportunity to get the fuck up next. Okay, I was like, let me get up and let me go. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get to my son, whatever. So Grills like, nah, like, stay out with me for the night. Y'all, I kept inching to the door. I was like, no, like, I gotta go. Like, I really gotta go. Like, my parents, they gotta work and stuff. Like, you know, I was supposed to be home, whatever. He's like, nah, I thought you said that they had them for the night. I'm like, nah, like, I gotta get back. Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I'm saying all this, but I'm walking towards the door, right? As I'm walking towards the door, P is walking towards the door. And Tattoos is walking towards the door. So he like, okay, well, I got your number. Like, I'm gonna text you, whatever. You know, just hit me up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. He like, nah, you like hit me up, whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna hit you up. So y'all, as soon as I hit that door, y'all, I ran. When I tell y'all, I ran everybody, because there was people outside the lounge looking. Like, there was people outside the lounge. They was like smoking and stuff. And so when I got out, even the owner was out there. But y'all, sometimes I feel like the owner, I feel like she be on to it too. Like, especially when she make the drinks and stuff, she be making that stuff extra strong. But sometimes I feel like she be in on a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I feel like she be in on a lot of stuff. Because there's a few times when I went in there, well, not a few times, because y'all, I don't want y'all to think I went in there a lot. Like, it's probably like 5 times I went in there. But one of the times I went in there and I was by myself, like, she was like grabbing my hand and like twirling me around, and she was like taking me around to all the guys in there. And at first I thought it was like cutesy and fun, but now that I realize, I'm like, half that place be full of guys that be a part of that lifestyle. So I'm like, nah, sometimes I think she be in on it. So I know y'all probably might be thinking like, oh, you could have just told the owner. She don't give a damn. Half the time I think she be drunk as hell too. I don't know. So I seen her out there smoking with some of the customers. There's guys out there. There's a whole bunch of guys out there. Some of them look like they was part of that lifestyle too. So as soon as I stepped foot outside, y'all, I unlocked my car door so fast and I ran. I kid y'all not, I ran to my car. One guy was like, damn, mama, where you going? Like, why you running? Da, da, da. What's happening? What's happening? We all did. Da, da, da. So everybody kind of started dispersing a little bit because they see me run, and I was like, oh no, like, my feet hurt. I had on heels. I'm like, my feet hurt. My feet just hurt. He's like, oh, okay. I thought we was gonna have to, like, you know, da, 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 da. I'm like, nah, it's cool. So I hurry up and got in my car. P had said something to me, but I acted like I didn't hear his ass. I was like, nah, I'm already in my car. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. So P had said something. Then I seen Grills coming out shortly after, and he was kind of like saying something. He was like pointing or something. And then he did this. And girl, I took off and I sped the fuck off. Okay, I'm pretty sure I damn near, I felt like I almost ran a red light as fast as I left, y'all. So yeah, that's basically the story on how I feel like they was trying to set me up. I feel like it was low-key a setup thing. Like, I felt like, I don't know, in the moment, I know I'm stuttering, but in the moment, it felt like it felt like Grills wasn't expecting P to be there. It seemed like Grills was just there by himself trying to do his own thing, and then he seen P come in. He was like, oh shit, like, this about to be some shit. Like, it didn't feel like they was together, but at the same time, I don't know, because it kind of, on the flip side, it kind of feels like Grills was supposed to go in, find a girl, finesse her, butter her up, and then P was gonna come in and basically, like, they was just gonna force whoever they found into that type of lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? But I felt like Grills, when he came across me, I don't know, for some reason, maybe he just didn't go through with the plan, but all I know is P was irritated as fuck. Like, it just seemed like if they had a system, if they had a plan for how they did stuff, it just seemed like Grills was not following the usual plan. I already knew what it was. I knew that they was trying to, I feel like Grills was a finesse type and P was the boop 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 type, okay? Like, I mean, like, he was that type, like, clearly. So, and mind y'all, tattoos, she had bruises and stuff on her. Like, I seen bruises and stuff on her. Like, I honestly felt bad. Like, I wanted to be like, girl, are you sure you don't need no help? But I'm like, I ain't got time to be getting into that shit, because, girl, what am I gonna do? You can't come home with me. Like, you're not gonna bring this shit to where my son lay his head at. So it's like, it's one of them things where it's like, you feel bad, but it's like, what can I do? Because I also don't want to be into it, and I don't want to be caught in the crossfire. But it's like, how do you help somebody? Like, and then it's like, sometimes they don't even want to be helped. They're just so used to that lifestyle that they, you know, it's like, that's all they know. So it's like, I felt really bad for tattoos. And after that, she would comment on my Instagram and stuff. Like, she like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, bad as hell, da da da. And I would like some of her stuff too. But yeah, I was so glad when she unfollowed me, because I'm like, thank God. Like, I think she was trying to follow me in the hopes that maybe her dude would want to recruit me, or maybe I would want to do what she do. But she realized, like, that's not happening over here, babe. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this story time down below. I feel like I spilled a lot of tea, especially about my own personal life, okay? But y'all let me know what y'all think about the story down below. Do y'all think that Grills and P was in cahoots? Like, do y'all think they was working together? Or do y'all think that Grills was doing his own thing and then he wasn't expecting P to show up and it was a whole thing? Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I'm just glad that I made it out of that situation. And shortly after that happened, I did not go out for a minute. And if I went out, I literally just went to get dinner, and I went home. Like, I did not do no more of the lounge. It took me a minute to go back to the lounge. And when I went back to the lounge, y'all, I was like, why am I here? Like, every time I go, I'm like, why do I go here? Like, why? So I'm not going to that lounge no more, because there's always some shit every time I go in there, and there's nothing but nothing but those types of dudes in there. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I definitely miss y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna be back. Like I said, I am gonna be coming through with a life update, because as y'all can see, your girl's having a glass of wine. Like, there's some stuff that I would like to update y'all on. Maybe we could do a Q&A, leave some questions down below if y'all have any. But I'm definitely planning to do a life update and update y'all like where your girl is, okay? Where's she at right now, okay? And don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias. It'll be down below in the description box with the direct links. Thank you guys so freaking much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.